Dolphins Stadium in Miami, and this is the National Football League on CBS, where today it's the San Diego Chargers against the Miami Dolphins. Today's game is brought to you in high definition by Sony. High definition, it's in our DNA. Coming up, we'll have the opening kickoff and the starting lineups. Dolphins Chargers on CBS next.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And welcome back, Chargers and Dolphins. Norv Turner on the left, the head coach in San Diego. His team coming off a 28-18 win at Oakland last week. Tony Sperano in his first year as the head coach in Miami. A couple of weeks ago, his team defeating New England 38-13. They're coming off the bye, and their confidence is high. Miami has won the toss. They've elected to defer, so San Diego will receive. Carpenter will send it away, and the dangerous Darren Sproles back deep. Sproles from the goal line. And Sproles crosses the 20, gets up to the 23, a 22-yard return. Charlie Anderson with the tackle on special teams. Brings out Phillip Rivers. Numbers average last week. 14 of 25, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times. Quarterback rating 58.8. However, he led them to 25 points in the fourth quarter. They won the football game. First down and 10 at the 23-yard line. For the Chargers. 2-2 on the season. Lost their first 2 games. Carolina and Denver clobbered the Jets and defeated the Raiders last week. And they handed off on first down, LaDainian Tomlinson. And Tomlinson gets to the 36-yard pickup. Will Allen with the tackle. Offensively for the Chargers, ranked 8th in the NFL, 7th in passing, 17th in running. McNeil, back-to-back Pro Bowls for this big fella in his 3rd season. The backs and receivers. Chris Chambers is a former member of this Miami Dolphins team. He has 8 catches, 4 of those going for touchdowns this season. Second down and 4 at the 29. Now Sproles lines up in the backfield. And they give it to him straight ahead. Sproles with some running room. And he's dragged down at the 40. Jeremiah Bell with the tackle, but it's a gain of 10. 2 weeks ago versus New England, the Dolphins defense sacked Matt Castle 4 times and allowed only 131 yards passing. They run the 3-4. Langford, one of their leaders, along with the veteran Ferguson. Holiday is the captain. And the linebackers, you know about Joey Porter's 4-sack performance. Crowder, though, can go sideline to sideline. And in the secondary, Will Allen has the most talent in that secondary, which may be their Achilles heel. First down and 10 to the 39. Sproles again. And he gains 5 yards on the play. And you know what? Michael Turner used to be the backup for LaDainian Tomlinson. He became a free agent, left, went to Atlanta, and is very successful this season. But what you're seeing in the NFL is you need that second back that not only can come in and spell the starter, but also really come in and play well.
Well, Darren Sproles has filled that role, and he fills it completely different than Michael Turner did just a year ago, and it just really made a change in this offense and helped them a lot.
Second down and 6 at the 43. Here's Rivers, short drop, fires to the far side at midfield. That ball caught by Chambers. Will Allen with the tackle, but it's a gain of 8. Chambers, a second-round pick by Miami in 2001, traded to San Diego in 2007.
And Chambers is a guy who, you know, he's got to have some mixed emotions coming back. He played here for 8 years, and there's Joey Porter coming right off the corner, getting a little trip there, which could have been called on Clary, but was not. But this is an offense in San Diego, Gus, that has a lot of playmakers. A couple of years ago, and still, they're considered one of the most talented rosters in the league, and they're finding more and better ways to hurt people.
First down to the 49. Rivers in trouble. Dumps it. Incomplete. Tomlinson, the intended receiver, but Rivers had a lot of pressure on him as he delivered that ball, and it looks like he's in pain, and that's Matt Roth. Roth, a former defensive end, now moving to the linebacker position.
Well, you saw Rivers grimace, you see there, and it's hard to see what happened there, but you're right. Roth got right in his face, and he's the guy that makes the play And that's the reason it was incomplete to LaDainian Tomlinson. Roth got up and forced the bad throw on the screen. Chargers had the perfect play, Gus, but it was blown up by the guy rushing the passer.
Roth, an undersized D lineman, really finding a home at linebacker now. Play fake, Rivers sets up, steps out of the pocket with all day to throw, fires, incomplete. Tomlinson, the intended receiver. Nice job, Ronaldo Hill right there, but that looked more like some great coverage by that Miami team.
Yeah, Rivers might not be himself. He doesn't seem like he's quite himself on that last play. He should have thrown it to LaDainian Tomlinson right away, but he held on to it, and it looks like he's not quite as mobile after that rush by Roth a play ago. He doesn't seem like he's moving quite as well. Maybe we'll have to keep an eye on him, but on that play, he just held the ball entirely too long. LaDainian Tomlinson was open right away, and when that happens, Gus, just get it to him. Don't try and get the ball down the field.
Third down and 10 at the 49. They need to go to the 39 for a first down. Rivers out of the shotgun with Tomlinson next to him. They run the screen. Here's LT with blockers. Cuts it up. Tomlinson dives forward, picks up the first down. Needed 10. He got 11. Philip Merling, the rookie out of Clemson, with the tackle.
Yeah, you see here, LaDainian Thomas is going to come up and then just pop out, and Rivers is going to drop back and drop it to him. When that happens, the defense of the Dolphins on a 3rd and 10 is going to drop out into coverage, and look at the guys out in front of LaDainian Tomlinson. Right as soon as he caught it, you knew it was going to be a big one. 2 screen passes right on this first drive. You got to think that's part of what San Diego saw in the New England game with this Miami defense. The pass rush was good, so take the starch out of it with screen passes.
First down and 10. Sproles now running. And the strength of this Charger offensive line is on the left side. McNeil, the left tackle. Dielman, the left guard, along with Hardwick, the center. They love to go to the left, and they will also pull their right guard, Mike Goff, to that left side and get some action going that way.
Yeah, Nick Hardwick has been a little bit nicked up. He's been in there, but North Turner told us he finally feels like Hardwick is getting it together and going to be the guy they know he can be. This whole Charger team has been kind of hamstrung with injuries all over their roster, and they're just getting healthy. It's as though the season is just starting a month into it.
Second down and 7, short drop, Rivers. Now Rivers throwing it. Tomlinson makes the first man miss, and is finally tackled at the 32-yard line, but it's a 3-yard gain. Aiken Adell, the former Cowboy and Jaguar, making the tackle.
And you see there, that's why this offense is so good, Gus. They had a play called, a double move at the bottom. They were going to try and pump fake right at the bottom and then throw deep. It was not there. And then, when all is said and done, Rivers just tosses the ball off to 28 or to 21. And Rivers limping a little bit. Still got to keep an eye on him. That first pass that Roth rushed him on seems to have bothered him physically.
Third down, 4 at the 32. Rivers in the shotgun again. Here's Rivers looking over the middle. Caught. First down, San Diego. That one caught in traffic. Nicely done by Buster Davis, second-year player out of LSU. He's their number 3 receiver. Gain 16.
This is it right here. He's going to come up, break right up, right off, and then step right inside of the linebacker. Crowder tried to move out and get into that throwing lane. Crowder got there so fast he had time to adjust, and McNeil's got his hands all up in Joey Porter's face. We saw Joey Porter get tripped. Now McNeil's grabbing his face mask. They've seen Joey Porter coming, and they're not going to let him be a factor.
First down at the 16, opening drive for the San Diego Chargers. Here's the reverse. Chambers. And Chambers bottled up and driven down. Will Allen. Make that Ronaldo Hill. Only a 1-yard gain.
Gus, there's nothing worse than taking a reverse handoff, knowing there's not supposed to be anybody over there waiting on you, and find out you walk into the team meeting of your opponent. That reverse was shut off right from the word go. They're trying to get down close, and that's one of the things that happens sometimes. Teams will get down there and know they're running out of room, so they try and spread the field horizontally rather than vertically, and a reverse is one way to do that. It did not work on that play.
12th play of the drive. Chargers have eaten up 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Second down and 9 at the 15. And Philip Rivers wants a timeout. LaDainian Tomlinson had lined up as a wide receiver at the bottom. 8:37 to go, first quarter. Chargers threatening. Welcome back, 8:37 to play. First quarter. Chargers on their opening drive with the football now in the red zone. From the 15-yard line, 2nd down and 9. LaDainian Tomlinson, the single setback. Play fake. Rivers finds Tomlinson on a screen. And Tomlinson tripped up, taken down. That's a terrific open field tackle by Andre Goodman, and it's a loss of 1.
Gus, the Chargers are trying screen passes time and time again. It's kind of an extended handoff. Watch, LaDainian Tomlinson is going to move up and move right out, and when it happens, the defense is starting to look for it. Now they've got those guys out in front of him, and that's Goff out in front of him and Williams out in front of him, but they just aren't getting out there fast enough. The defense is starting to anticipate it and moving ahead of the offensive lineman in front of LaDainian Tomlinson.
3rd down and 10 of the 16. Huge play for San Diego. Rivers firing deep in the end zone, incomplete. That ball intended for Vincent Jackson, but standing right there, Chris Crocker. He breaks it up. Crocker lost his starting job to Ronaldo Hill 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and you see in the back of the end zone, and I tell you what, Philip Rivers, Gus, he was just taking a shot. There was good coverage all over the football field. He decided he's going to try and go to the back of the end zone, see if his guy could come down with it. And as you said, Crocker was all over. He was well covered.
Brings on Nate Kading, 6 of 6 this season. 40 yards and under. Into attempt a 34-yarder. It's up and perfect. So the Chargers get on the board on their first drive, taking a 3-0 lead here in Miami.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. McDonald's. And by the all-new Acura TL, the most powerful Acura ever built. Acura Advance.
The MetLife Blimp is providing today's aerial coverage. Look for the MetLife Blimps as they team up with CBS for more coverage this fall. So the Chargers go on a 14-play drive, 61 yards. They held it for 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Best back deep for Miami. He'll start from the 7. Breaks it up and gets over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Cletus Gordon with the special teams tackle. And here comes Chad Pennington, the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. NFL.com is your source for fantasy. Play the new NFL Playbook Challenge and NFL Touchdown Challenge fantasy games. They're fun, free, easy, and you can start at any time. Only at NFL.com/fantasy. Chad Pennington, former Jet, released in the Brett Favre saga, finding a home here in Miami.
And it really has been a good change for him. He's playing very well for these guys.
1st down and 10 of the 27. Ronnie Brown in the backfield. And Pennington to throw up 1st down. Looks backside. He's got a receiver, and that's Ginn. Ted Ginn Jr. dives forward, gains 7. Matt Wilhelm makes the tackle. Let's meet Chad Pennington. 2 weeks ago at New England, 17 of 20. 226 at 85% completion mark, which was second best in team history. He is 3-0 in his career against the Chargers. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions.
And North Turner told us with no encouragement, as you can see here, this is the Wildcat formation, Gus.
And here we go, folks. Wildcat. What does this mean?
It's a new formation, and it's just going to be exactly the play. There you have it, Gus. That's the exact play that Ronnie Brown ran for a touchdown early on in the New England game. And that's what happens, Gus. You got to run those plays to see if the San Diego Chargers did their homework. This is Ronnie Brown right back here. He's going to take the snap. This is Ricky Williams coming around to get the handoff. And that's not Ricky Williams. That's actually Devon Best, and that's a change from last week. So they've got a wrinkle in there. But you got to find out if the Chargers actually did their homework. They only ran it 6 plays last week, but the Chargers had to spend some time preparing for it.
3rd down and 1 at the 36-yard line. Here's Pennington to throw. Fires underneath, and it's caught. Anthony Fasano. Third year out of Notre Dame, and he picks up the first down. It's a gain of 16. Weddle brings him down.
You know, Gus, we spoke to Norv Turner about Chad Pennington, and he says, I consider Chad Pennington a Pro Bowl quarterback. He makes great decisions. The ball comes out, and yeah, you can wrap his arm strength, but I'll tell you what, when he throws the football, it goes to the right guy.
Now Pennington lines up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Here's the Wildcat offense again. Brown takes the snap, gives it up to Ricky Williams, who spins and is tripped up and taken down by Matt Wilhelm. And that's a 1-yard gain. Things moving fast here, so quickly let's meet the rest of the offense for the Dolphins. Jake Long, first overall pick out of Michigan. His skills are improving. The backs and receivers, we take a look as well. Ted Ginn Jr. has improved his route running. You know that he has a burst and can get vertically down the field. Second down and 9 to the 47. Here's the Wildcat again. The snap, Brown, this time he runs it. And Brown looking, lowers his shoulder, Ronnie Brown. First down at the 35, gain of 12. Quentin Jammer with the tackle.
Well, Gus, this is one of the 6 plays that they did not run 2 weeks ago. This is a different look. Ricky Williams coming out of the slot with Pennington to the left. And they run Ronnie Brown right up the middle, and you can see it's difficult enough to tackle a guy, but when you've got to spread the defense, and the defense starts thinking, and that's when you've got them, Gus. When they start seeing this stuff thrown at them, they start thinking and stop reacting.
First down, now Brown lines up as a tailback at the 35. Pennington goes through his progressions, decides to run it, and is tackled from behind at the 30, a 5-yard gain. Olshansky with the tackle. Defensively for San Diego last week against Oakland, the defense held the Raiders to only a field goal in the second half. They run a 3-4. Big Jamal Williams has gone to 3 Pro Bowls, Castillo and Olshansky. The linebackers, Phillips, Cooper, Wilhelm, and Harris. Cooper with 3 sacks. And in the secondary, Cromartie, one of the best young corners in the league, 10 interceptions in only 8 starts last year. Here's the Wildcat again as Ronnie Brown this time is taken down at the 29-yard line by Matt Wilhelm, a 1-yard gain.
One of the things that's starting to emerge with this Wildcat formation that we're seeing an awful lot of right here in the early going is this. You got to know that Ronnie Brown is probably not going to drop back and throw the football. So the defense of the Chargers is thinking run almost 100% of the time. Now Ronnie Brown, as you see there, Ted Cottrell, a really sharp, experienced defensive coordinator. This guy gets his guys lined up well every week, and he's got them what looks to be very well attuned to that Wildcat formation.
Third down and 4 to 29. Now Pennington, far side, incomplete. That one a little too high for Chad Pennington. And that brings up 4th down and 4, and the Dolphins will come on and attempt a field goal.
Well, the Dolphins came out, and it was obvious that they wanted to see what San Diego's plan was against that Wildcat formation. They got some good plays out of it. They also had some no gains out of it, but they also got San Diego thinking, and they showed some things out of it. But Chad Pennington was on the money, made some good decisions, and I think the Dolphins can feel good about the fact that they can probably move the ball on this defense.
Carpenter gets that one away, up and good. A 47-yard field goal. And we are tied. 2:48 to play in the first quarter. Dan Carpenter drilling it. 3-3 our score.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new AT&T, your world delivered. And by Budweiser American Ale. Discover the robust flavor of Budweiser American Ale.
And welcome back. As we take a look at the scoring summary, 9 plays, 44 yards. Dolphins eating up close to 5 minutes. Sproles back deep. And he will bring it out of his own end zone. 3 yards in. Now Sproles keeps his footing. Almost lost it. Goes down at the 18-yard line. Some hard hitting. Culver with the tackle after a 22-yard return. Rain expected in the forecast. Our score tied at 3, and it's coming down now. Here at Dolphin Stadium, first down for the Chargers at their own 19. Tomlinson in the backfield. And they give it to him, and he is gobbled up immediately. Matt Roth, Hercules, a loss of 2. So let's take a look at some of the key matchups.
Well, today, Jason Ferguson is going to have to hold his ground. He may not ever get a hand on LaDainian Tomlinson, but this guy is going to open the way for a lot of other guys to make tackles. Jason Ferguson has got to do his best impression of a tree stump down inside over the ball. If the line of scrimmage doesn't move, it's because Ferguson won't let it move.
He's a run stuffer at 6'3", 305. Second and 12 at the 17. Rivers, far side, nice throw, beautiful catch, and that is close to a first down for Vincent Jackson, a gain of 11. Indy, Houston, here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus and Steve, after an Adam Vinatieri 46-yard field goal, the Colts add to it 10 plays, 64 yards, that 1-yard run by Joseph Adai to lead at 10-0. Colts have won 11-12 against the Texans. The peripatetic Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker.
The what?
I don't know. He went to Harvard, man.
Should you be mad at him?
I don't know. I don't know what he said.
86, offense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot on half the distance to the goal. First down, second down.
That's Brandon Manu Maliuna. Backup tight end to Antonio Gates, 8th year out of Arizona. Spent 5 years in St. Louis, 3rd year in San Diego.
Right here, you can see there he's got his hands up in Roth's face. And that's right there as a penalty. We saw the left tackle get away with that on Joey Porter. Manu Maliuna did not.
So that makes it second down at 20 of the 9. 3 receiver package, 2 at the bottom. Tomlinson in the backfield. Quick snap, draw play. Tomlinson spins and goes down at the 10. It's a 1-yard gain. Channing Crowder.
Well, watch right down in here. We saw Jason Ferguson. You see there, he goes to a knee, just holds up both blockers, allowing Crowder to get in and scare LaDainian Tomlinson back to the cutback. That's what it's going to take. You see, Jason Ferguson does nothing on the play except stop guys from pushing him and then stand up.
Ferguson will take a blow. 3rd down, 19 at the 10. They need to go to the 29 for first down. Rivers in the shotgun. And Rivers sets up the screen to Tomlinson. Tomlinson down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by Jeremiah Bell. And the Chargers will have to punt it away.
That's a great series by the Miami defense. They got a little help because it started to rain really hard as soon as the ball changed over. Watch this. This play's going to come out. LaDainian Tomlinson's just going to sneak out. It's a play that we've seen almost 2 or 3 times already today, so the Dolphins are getting a feel for it. But on 3rd and 20, the Dolphins are perfectly content to give him a 10-yard gain and make him punt it.
So Cyphers stands inside his own 5. Bess is at the 25.
Go!
And he gets away a rocket. Wow. Bess from the 17. And Bess gets it up to the 25-yard line. A 64-yard punt, a 7-yard return. Steve Gregory with the tackle on special teams for San Diego. CBS is pleased to assist President George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton in their efforts to help those affected by the devastation of the recent hurricanes along the Gulf Coast. The Bush-Clinton Coastal Recovery Fund aims to restore communities and help families rebuild their homes. For more information or to make a donation, please visit www.bushclintoncoastalfund.org.
Yeah, it's easy to be happy when it's raining if your team's playing as well as the Dolphins are. But this is a factor, Gus. It was windy and breezy before the game started. Now it's starting to rain and rain pretty good. So the passing game is going to be a huge factor, whether you can handle the football after it's been in the air.
First down at 10 at the 26. Ronnie Brown breaks a tackle. Ronnie Brown gets to the 35, an 8-yard pickup. And that is what you call a bruising back.
He really is, and they've got two of them, Ronnie Brown along with Ricky Williams. And I'll tell you, Gus, you can see there, a guy had him dead to rights in the backfield, and he shook him off. That's why this Charger defense is so good. Usually, the first guy to the football makes the tackle, but against Ronnie Brown and probably Ricky Williams as well, sometimes that's not the case.
2nd down and 2. Ronnie Brown again breaks another tackle, gets to the sideline, and steps out of bounds at the 45, a gain of 11. Eric Weddle there. That's the end of the first quarter. Game tied at 3. Welcome back. Game tied at 3 apiece as we start the second quarter. Dolphins and the Chargers, and as you mentioned, Steve, Miami is having no problems moving the football.
No, they're running the football extremely well. Chad Pennington is keeping them off balance with the passing game, and I'll tell you what, Ronnie Brown, people forget in the debacle that they had last season before he was hurt, Ronnie Brown was having a sensational year. The guy can really play.
And now Pennington will line up as a receiver at the bottom. Ronnie Brown back in the Wildcat formation. First down at the 45. Ricky Williams in motion. Brown keeps it, skips through the hole, and dives forward to the 49. That's a 4-yard pickup. Olshansky in on the tackle along with Cooper.
One of the things you don't know about this Wildcat is not just the backs. Look here, Jake Long, the left tackle, comes all the way over and lines up on the right end. It's not just Ronnie Brown and Chad Pennington changing places out there. They moved the offensive line around as well, and that really throws a kink into the defensive reads and how the defensive line lines up. So it's not just smoke and mirrors back there. The offensive line is involved as well.
2nd down and 6 at the 49. Ricky Williams now, and some movement on that right side, and that is Anthony Fasano.
Full start, 80. Off. 2nd down.
Miami has been penalized 15 times this year. Coming into this game, 136 yards.
You know, Gus, it's really fun to talk about this Wildcat thing and this offense and the formations they're using because, you know, these coaches like Tony Sperano, you got Dan Henning, you got all these coaches that have been around for decades. They know ins and outs, X's and O's, and that's really fun to watch them be creative and put this stuff into the offense.
2nd down and 11 at the 44. Here's the handoff. Ricky Williams, and he's mugged as soon as he touches the football. Castillo. And that is a loss of 1. New York Giants taking on the Seattle Seahawks today. Here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus and Steve, Brandon Jacobs caps a 6-play, 75-yard drive with that 3-yard touchdown run to make it 14-3. Giants, Eli Manning, 6 of 6, 137 yards and 1 touch. And peripatetic, the well-traveled Gus Johnson, working the Elite XC last night and football today. Back to Gus.
Thank you so
Glad
much.
he explained that.
He needs to. We're not that smart up here. 3rd down and 12 at the 43. Here's Bennington firing. That ball is caught near side. Looks like Greg Camarillo with the reception, a gain of 10 yards. And they say Greg Camarillo, smart receiver out of Stanford, runs great routes, knows how to use leverage to create separation, but he doesn't pick up the first down there.
No, he doesn't, but I'll tell you what, you can say what you want. He had to go down and get that ball, but that ball was thrown right on the money. It was right where Chad Pennington wanted it, away from the receiver. He's being guarded by Kaysen, and he was well covered, but the great throw gave him an opportunity to at least pick up 8.
Brandon Fields sending it away. Aussie end-over-end kick. Sproles with the fair catch inside the 10. 39-yard punt. Chargers backed up deep. 12:32 to go. Second quarter. Game tied at 3 here in Miami. First down and 10 at the 8-yard line. Here's the handoff to LaDainian Tomlinson. And Tomlinson with running room. He crosses the 15, gets to the 17. Jeremiah Bell brings him down, but it's a gain of 8. Last week against Oakland, Tomlinson 106 yards rushing. He's now 17th on the NFL's all-time rushing list. He needs 54 yards for 11,000.
Yeah, but he's only number 6 in TDs. Guy brings it. He's always, at this point in his career, he's always in the conversation for MVP at the end of the season.
2 touchdowns last week. He has 133 in his career. Second down and short. Tomlinson met in the backfield and dropped for a loss by guess who? Mr. Joey Porter. Get out of here.
That's a blown assignment by the offensive line. You don't leave Joey Porter unblocked on a play that's running right at him.
Third down at 4 at the 14. They need to go to the 18 for first down as the Chargers break the huddle. Davis, the motion man. Rivers over the middle and complete. Davis couldn't hold on under pressure. Will Allen right there. And the Chargers will be forced to punt.
Well, the papers have been saying earlier this week, Gus, that the Dolphins need to start establishing a home field advantage. The fans here haven't had much to cheer about lately, but today, with this defense playing the way it is and the big game they had 2 weeks ago, people are starting to jump on board slowly with this Dolphins team, and right now, today, this defense is rising to the occasion.
Ted Ginn Jr. back deep to receive the punt. As Cyphers drives it, takes a bounce, and it will trickle deep into Miami territory. A flag on the play, a 66-yard punt. So a 65 and a 66-yard punt. Punts, rather, for Mike Cyphers.
Yeah, Cyphers left-footed. The ball comes down spinning opposite. Ted Ginn has to chase it because when it didn't turn over, the ball curves like a major league breaking ball, and you have to start running sideways to catch up to it.
Number 80, downfield, prior to the kick on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, repeat fourth down.
And that's a break for the Dolphins because now they got to kick it again, and it'll give Ginn a chance to field the punt, not let it bounce 20 yards down the football field.
And there's Tony Sperano in his first year, the 8th head coach in Dolphins history. Last 5 years, he was on the staff of the Dallas Cowboys. He coached the offensive line the last 3 years, the tight ends his first 2, and here's a man that has worked so hard for everything he's attained in the sport of football. Bill Parcells' disciple. And there's Coach Parcells up in the box.
Yeah, I spoke with him a little bit before the game. It's interesting, Gus. You say what you want about Bill Parcells. He's such a large personality in the NFL, but I'll tell you, X's and O's aside, that guy understands football players.
Now Cyphers backed up deep in his own end zone. He's about 8 yards in. Gets it away, and another terrific kick for Cyphers. Ted Ginn Jr. backpedaling, bobbles it at the 25. And he gets over the 35 to the 36-yard line. A 65-yard punt. Siller with the tackle. Mike Cyphers getting his team out of a jam. Game tied at 3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Get loads of melty cheese with a stuffed crust pizza only from Pizza Hut. Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And by Turbo HD by Dish Network.
Welcome back.
Well, Mike Cyphers is not left-footed. And when his family and friends are probably saying, what are you talking about? The ball broke to his left when he kicked it, not that he was left-footed. Oh, my goodness.
And they fired out to Ernest Wilford. No, make that Best. And Best gets out of bounds. You know, Steve, you had played in 7 Pro Bowls, but you also had about 7 or 8 concussions. So
yeah,
every now and then you're allowed kind of a brain freeze there.
Mike Cyphers is a really good punter. When he hit that and it turned over, it started breaking to his left, and it makes it tough to field it. When I'm saying his family and friends are going, he's not left-footed, you idiot. The guy's a really good punter,
yes,
and the ball started breaking like a curveball.
We got it.
Right.
Second down and 7 at the 38. And here's Ginn sliding down at the 45. Tackled by Cromartie. That's a gain of 7 on the play.
And now along with the Wildcat package, they start going no huddle. And Chad Pennington is a guy, and I'll tell you, they couldn't do this a couple of weeks ago. Chad Pennington didn't know enough of the offense to make this happen. Now, a month into the season, he's getting to the point where they have a package of no huddle. That's a huge step for the Miami offense with Chad Pennington under center.
First down and 10 at the 45. Now Pennington in the shotgun, fires far side. And that ball caught. That's it ahead of speed. Gets to the 30, Jammer tackles him. A 24-yard gain for the young man out of the University of Hawaii.
Watch this throw. He gets up the field and Pennington sees it. Now that's planned. Best looks back, and he wouldn't look back if he wasn't expecting the throw. Pennington gets it out there. What a great route. What a great concept to go up and hit it on the run on the fade route and just throw it right to the back of the defender. And Chad Pennington, after that play was over, was begging the coaching staff on the sideline to keep the no huddle going, but they said, no, huddle it up, and here we go.
First down and 10 at the 31. Now it's Pennington. Pulls it down, Pennington, and he is sacked. First sack of the day for San Diego, and that will be a coverage sack as Marcus Harris, who starts today for Giles Tucker, who has a hamstring injury, loss of 5.
Yeah, great coverage down the field. Pennington wanted to get rid of it, couldn't step up into the throw, and you can bet in films, Gus, Pennington's going to say, I told you we should have stayed no huddle, because the next play I took the sack.
Marcus Harris, 4th year, Southern Utah. Second and 15 at the 36. Dolphins need to go to the 21 for a first down. Empty backfield. Ricky Williams in motion. They find him. Far side. Williams trying to shake the first man, but can't do it. Tim Dobbins, backup linebacker, with the ankle tackle, no gain.
Tim Dobbins, the rookie, getting in, getting a lot of significant snaps, but they'll take us. It's just what I said a moment ago. The first guy to the ball has to make the tackle. If Ricky Williams breaks this tackle, the Dolphins win that play. But since Dobbins was able to hang on, the Chargers win that play. And when your defense can do that, they become a really good defense. If the first guy to the football can make that tackle like Dobbins did, your defense is going to have a great day.
3rd and 15 at the 36. Ronnie Brown at the bottom of your screen at wide receiver. Empty backfield. Pennington over the middle. And it's caught. And close to a first down for Greg Camarillo.
Well, it's not going to be enough for the first down, Gus, but it is going to be enough for a field goal attempt if they choose for it. Sperano's hesitating.
He's got a decision to make, and he's going for it.
He's yelling at Chad Pennington.
He'll call a timeout.
He's going to let the clock run down and then call the timeout. Yeah, you can see there, that's Tony Sperano and Chad Pennington talking and getting on the same page. That's exactly what they want to do. Let the clock run down, the play clock, and then call the timeout. And then the crowd is yelling, go, go, go. You don't want to go, go, go on this.
6:56 to play in the second quarter. Game tied at 3. Here comes a big decision for the Dolphins. Welcome back. Miami will go for it on 4th down. They are 3 of 4 on 4th down conversions this year.
You got to have a play you trust, Gus.
4th down and 1 at the 22. Kramer, Brown in the eye. And the play you trust is Ronnie Brown anywhere. They give it to him. First down, Miami.
I got to tell you, Gus, the way that they got to that play was really impressive. A year ago, you don't know that you got a coach, Tony Sperano, that had a veteran quarterback. He let the play clock run down, used a timeout. They came over and talked about it. They had a committee meeting and talked about a play that they really had a lot of confidence on. They gave it to the best back they had, got hit short of the line, and then on second effort got it. And that's a team effort, and that's something that is much improved for the Dolphins this year. That's a great job by the coaching staff of the Dolphins.
First down at 10 at the 19. Ricky Williams in the backfield now. Here's Ricky. And Ricky Williams wrapped up and driven down by Antonio Cromartie. Cromartie, first-round pick in his third season, and Williams picks up 2 yards on the play.
Well, the right guard there in Dukwe thought he was going to kick out the man and got it turned back in, and Cromartie came up. We sat down with Cromartie and spoke just yesterday, and what an impressive guy he is. I mean, you sit down with these guys, Gus, you understand his lights are on. He gets what it is to be a cornerback in the NFL. He's a supremely gifted athlete, but knows he's not going to get much help at cornerback. Sometimes he's all by himself.
2nd and 8 at the 17. Pennington to throw. Pennington in the end zone. Oh! Touchdown, Miami! Camarillo climbing the ladder, and that's a 17-yard strike. Greg Camarillo with his first touchdown of the season.
We spoke to Chad Pennington. He said Camarillo really understands how to get open. He understands leverage, when to go up. What a great throw and catch by the Dolphins.
So the Dolphins gamble for it on 4th down. It pays off. Chad Pennington with the velvet touch. He finds the guy out of Stanford, and the Dolphins take a 10-3 lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Miller Lite. When it's game time, reach for the original Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at the scoring summary. Camarillo with a 17-yard touchdown reception to give the Dolphins a 10-3 lead as they go on a 9-play, 65-yard drive, scoring in 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Darren Sproles back deep, and he will start from the 3-yard line. Over the 25, he gets to the 28. That's a 25-yard return for Sproles. And don't set your fantasy league lineup without watching fantasy football today. Every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, only on CBSSports.com, and it is live. First down for the Chargers at the 28. Rivers lining up in the shotgun. Here's Phillip Rivers to the far side, and LaDainian Tomlinson can't make the catch. Joey Porter was bearing down on it.
And the Dolphin defense comes out, and the thing you notice about this drive, Gus, the Dolphins defense has been on the sidelines, resting, staying fresh after a great series they had before. They really come out with a great attitude, a lot of energy, and that's crucial, particularly when you're playing at home, Gus. The Chargers come all the way from the West Coast. They've got to get it together. You can see the Chargers are on their heels offensively. The Dolphins are bringing heat.
2nd and 10 at the 28. Rivers, flag on the play. And this ball is blown dead. That was the first time we've seen Antonio Gates touch the ball.
And it doesn't count.
False start, 66. 5-yard penalty.
That's Jeremy Clary, the right tackle. Norv Turner, his team 11-5 last year, advancing to the AFC title game, losing to New England, who would eventually lose to the New York Football Giants in the Super Bowl. And Norv Turner was the offensive coordinator here in Miami, 2002-2003. 2nd and 15 of the 23. Now Rivers steps up in the pocket. Rivers in trouble, fires to the far side, incomplete. Vincent Jackson, the intended receiver. Nobody open right now. This defensive scheme for the Dolphins is really working well.
It really is. Rivers feels the pressure, although he's not really just having to shuffle around in the pocket. Watch here. He comes out of his break. Jackson's looking for the ball, looking for the ball, looking for the ball, and Rivers just didn't find him because he's shuffling around, and finally he sees Jackson coming back, but it's too late. Rivers had his eyes elsewhere, and Jackson was waiting on the football open.
Rivers 6 of 12, 45 yards, one for his last 5. Third down and 15 at the 23. Rivers steps up, delivers, and it's caught. And that is Antonio Gates, but not enough for a first down on 3rd and 15. They pick up 12, and the Chargers have to send it away.
I'll tell you what, this game is, if you want to see a statistic that really shows you this game is not going according to plan. You see there, Gates dropped that. And if you want to, I'll tell you what, you might want to replay that if I'm the Dolphins to get an extra 10 or 12 yards of field position on this punt. They're not going to the punt snap, but he did not catch that ball.
So Cypher sends it away. Best from the 11, looking for a hole, and he is wrapped up at the 21-yard line. Tackle on special teams. 54-yard punt, 10-yard return. Back after this. Oh, excuse me, we'll stay. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Brandon Siller with the tackle for the Chargers.
I tell you, Gus, they should have really appealed that catch by Gates, even though it would have brought up, it would have been 4th down. They would have had 12 yards of extra field position had they done it. Now they would have had the ball, if all things being equal, it would have been out at the 33-yard line rather than the 21.
First down and 10 of the 21. Ronnie Brown in the backfield. David Martin, the motion man. Play fake. Pennington sets up deep, near side. And that one thrown high. Camarillo, the intended receiver, and he gets decked by Cromartie.
Yeah.
That's for catching that touchdown.
Yeah, and that's close to being a defenseless receiver, and Cromartie came up and laid the lick on, but watch as Camarillo goes up. This ball is not catchable. And that hurts.
Good tackle. That's a good hit by Cromartie.
It was a good hit, but I'll tell you guys, it could have easily have gotten a flag as the ball went over his head, and it was a defenseless receiver. Sometimes they'll call that. They call it on a safety coming over, but they did not call it on Cromartie.
2nd and 10 at the 21. Play clock winding down to 4. Camarillo in motion. Pennington, screen. Ronnie Brown looking for daylight. Brown. And he dives forward and gets to the 30. And that is a gain of 8. Tim Dobbins with the tackle.
Ronnie Brown, I'll tell you, this guy lost a season or half a season at least last year. And I'll tell you, coming back the way he has come back and playing as well as he has is a real testament to his commitment. It takes a long time to come back with it from the knee injury, the type that he had last year. It's usually a 12-month injury, but I'll tell you what, this guy comes back. A 12-month injury from the time that you can even feel good enough to train hard. Ronnie Brown looks as though he's never missed a down.
Here's the Wildcat formation again. Brown straight ahead, skipping, looking, and he lowers the boom and gets to the 38. Weddle stops him, but Weddle had to throw himself under the chariot. Ronnie Brown gains 8.
Well, Ronnie Brown is the reason this Wildcat formation is working so well. The patience he has to pick his hole and to make the decision to hang on to the ball and not give it to Ricky Williams, because he can do either one he wants. The patience he has to make the right decision is as important for Ronnie Brown in that Wildcat formation as it is for Chad Pennington in regular down and distance. He's making great decisions.
First down and 10 at the 38. Brown with 50 yards rushing. Ricky Williams in the backfield. Play fake. Pennington over the middle. And it's incomplete. He had a wide open David Martin, but Pennington was under enormous pressure.
Yeah, it looked like he just stepped up to throw that and he got hit. That's why the ball wasn't out where it was supposed to be. He tried to loop it over the front line of defenders. Watch as he steps into this. So you can see he got hit right on his leg, so he couldn't step forward with his left foot. It's the rush by Applewhite, and you see there, that's why the ball was off target. He's trying to throw it wrapped up like a mummy.
2nd down and 10 at the 38. Balanced offense for Miami. 12 rushing plays, 14 passing plays. And Pennington calls timeout. Miami with 1 timeout left in the first half, plus the 2-minute warning, up 10-3. Welcome back. 2:38 to play second quarter, and the Dolphins lead at 10-3. Gus Johnson, Steve Tasker with you from South Florida. As you take a look at the rushing, Miami with that Wildcat offense, able to move the ball on the ground, also throwing it well. Second down. Chad Pennington. Ricky Williams lines up as the lone setback. Martin in motion. They pitch it to Ricky. He bobbles it. Keeps control. Williams turns the corner, lowers his shoulder, and gets out of bounds at the 45. 7-yard gain for Ricky Williams as he is ridden out by Quentin Jammer.
Well, it's a great misdirection. They catch right there Marcus Harris stepping inside as he goes for the play fake, and then they get the seal blocks on the outside. Right here, there's Jammer trying to fight off the big tight end, and Ricky Williams finishes the run. It's a real creative way to use your run game, Gus, when you can get the defense moving side to side and then just use the pitch out to go back the other direction. I like the way they've diversified their backs and the way they've used their offensive line in their run game.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning with the score. The Dolphins 10, the Chargers 3. Welcome back, 3rd down and 2 at the 46 for the Dolphins. They hand it to Brown outside, picks up the first down and more. Ronnie Brown gets to the 45-yard line, a 9-yard gain from Marty, ushering him out of bounds. But the Dolphins continue to move it.
They really are doing an extremely good job up front. You see there as Ndukwe comes around, leads him around the corner. Great seal block. The Dolphins are doing a great job up front of changing up the type of running play they're using. That was a counter play. They've used a sweep. They've used a misdirection pitch. And they've used that Wildcat formation. All these different things are giving the defensive line in the front seven of the Charger defense completely different looks in the run game.
First down from the Charger 45. Play fake, Pennington with all day to throw it. Over the middle. At the 20-yard line. That's Martin, a gain of 25, and he is still down. Cromartie with the hit, but it looked like Martin was hit in the back.
Yeah, he got hit, and it looked like he might have hit his head on the ground as he came down. You see coming right out of the top, number 88 going out. Pennington waits on him and throws this out there. You see there, right there, you can see how his head moved violently.
Ooh. That's enough to jar the spine. A minute 37 to go. 10-3. Back right after this. And welcome back. David Martin picked up his first catch of the day the hard way. He got up on his own and is now trying to stretch out that lower back.
And that's the reason right there. That's the reason he's got to stretch that back out. He did get up and walk off under his own power, Gus, and it's good to see that, but he's feeling it.
Cromartie with some hard hits today.
And the rain is once again beginning to fall here. Seemed to have stopped for a while, but Chad Pennington having a great day. He's spreading the football around. The running game is working for the Dolphins. I mean, this is an offense that really looks like they've hit their stride at this point of the season.
First down at the 20. Camarillo in motion. Draw play, Ricky Williams. And Ricky running hard between the tackles. He gets into the 14 as Cooper makes the tackle, a 6-yard gain.
You mentioned, Gus, that a lot of these teams are having two guys that run the football. I'll tell you what, Miami's got two guys, and they are both big physical runners.
Rain really coming down now. 2nd and 4 at the 14. San Diego looks confused on defense. Pennington in the shotgun.
And it is really raining hard now, Gus.
Here's Pennington. Fires underneath, caught by Ginn Jr., and he gets out of bounds close to the 5. Quentin Jammer pushes him out of bounds, but that's what you love about Chad Pennington. He doesn't have the big, strong arm, but he is efficient and very precise.
When Chad Pennington throws the football, you know more often than not, the right guy is going to be catching it. It might not get there in a hurry, but it's going to get there right where the receiver wants it. Ginn catches that underneath, gets out of bounds to stop the clock with less than a minute to go, and it moves the chains and gives them the 1st and goal. It's exactly what the Dolphins and the way they wanted to run their offense today, and exactly what they wanted it to look like.
1st down and goal at the 5-yard line. Pennington. Scrambling. Pennington. And he tried to find Ricky Williams in the corner, but that one knocked away at the last moment by Cromartie.
And Cromartie almost caught that and went 100 yards the other direction. If that's a dry, sunny day, that ball might be going the other direction. Pennington waits, and that's why he's so good. He keeps his eyes down the field. He watches, and only when it's the last possible minute, when he's given all his receivers all the time he could to get open, then he throws it away.
2nd down and goal at the 5. 11th play of the drive that started at the Miami 21. Wildcat. Ronnie Brown. Here's Williams in motion. They snap it. Brown bounces it. Brown. Touchdown Miami. What a block by Ricky Williams.
You said it, Gus. Ricky Williams came in like a bullet to block Quentin Jammer, who was about to make the tackle, and Jammer wanted no part of it. He stepped out of the way of Williams, out of the way of Ronnie Brown, and gave the corner of the end zone up. And that's a wrinkle in that Wildcat that we had not seen before. And the Dolphins once again executed it perfectly.
Extra point up and good. The Miami Dolphins playing with the enthusiasm of a college team. Here's another look.
When Ricky Williams goes by, you knew it was a wrinkle. You didn't know what was going to happen. It looked like an inside trap, which it was. Ronnie Brown comes out right there. Jammer wanted no part of Ricky Williams coming in for the block. Watch, here's Jammer. Watch Ricky Williams. Oh, goodness. If Jammer doesn't dodge that hit, they may be carting him off. Ricky Williams was bringing a big-time block.
Miami playing with great enthusiasm and energy. I don't know, you may have to start calling this Miami Dolphins team the Miami Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are playing with emotion. They're playing with a great attitude. They're playing with a lot of positive energy. It's a group that is very excited about the team and excited about each other. They got a good coaching staff with a lot of experience that's maximizing the weapons they do have. Now, no question, this is a roster with some holes in it. Bill Parcells will tell you that. But I'll tell you what, this coaching staff right now is getting the most out of the guys they've got.
41 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Another touchdown for Ronnie Brown as the Dolphins take a 17-3 lead. Carpenter sends it away. It's a short kick picked up by Hester at the 22. And he returns it 9 yards. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report.
One of the things you forget about when Ronnie Brown's back in the Wildcat is that he has to make all the same decisions as the quarterback. Look at the play clock. You can see there, it's up to him to get that play off in time. He had to motion for the center to hurry up and get it off, and he did. Ronnie Brown's ability to think like that in the backfield and make the right decisions is what makes that formation work.
1st down and 10 to the 25. Now Rivers over the middle. And that one knocked down from behind, intended for Chambers, but Andre Goodman comes up and makes another nice play.
Goodman breaks on this ball and gets there in a big hurry. Rivers had to put a little bit of an arc on it. You see how it loops? That gave the ball the time in the air that Goodman needed to get there in time to knock it away. The fact that Rivers had to loop it over the linebackers to get it there, made Goodman able to knock it away.
2nd and 10 to the 25. San Diego with 2 timeouts. Rivers to Tomlinson out of the backfield, and he is wrapped up and dropped. Chris Crocker. And that is one of the best special team, best open field tackles that you'll see against a running back like LaDainian Tomlinson, who plays so well in space.
And that San Diego will take their time out now. And I'll tell you, North Turner wants to get into halftime and regroup. His Chargers are not playing the way they should on offense, and it could be for a variety of reasons, and I think one of the reasons is the energy that the Dolphin defense is bringing to it. It's also a fact that the Dolphin offense is not letting his offense get into a rhythm because they've got the ball. LaDainian Tomlinson has been fighting that toe injury for the entire month of September, and he's starting, and North Turner said that, LaDainian told him he feels like he's turned the corner with his toe, so he feels like he's getting better. Gates feels like he's getting healthier, but as a group, this offense has not looked like it's been in sync all day.
3rd down and 9 at the 26. And they hand it off to Tomlinson. And the Chargers are ready to go into the locker room. Jeremiah Bell with the tackle.
And the Dolphins can't stop it. The Chargers don't want to. That's it.
Great first half for Miami. The Wildcat offense effective. The defense swarming. And at the end of the first half, it's the Dolphins 17 and the Chargers 3. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the National Football League on CBS. Halftime in Miami, and the Dolphins look good, leading the Chargers 17-3. Coming up, it's the second half from South Florida, right here on CBS. And welcome back to Miami. The Dolphins on top of the Chargers, 17-3. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker. The big word of the day for the Miami Dolphins, Wildcat. Yeah, the offense doing extremely well with Ronnie Brown.
We didn't know how much we'd see it. Neither did the San Diego Chargers. The Dolphins not only rolled it out, they did it very early, and they went to it often, and they had some new wrinkles that really seemed to confuse the San Diego Chargers. Now, the Chargers were pretty good early on, but then the Dolphins started rolling with it, and the rest of their offense picked up the pace as well. Chad Pennington has been extremely good in the first half, and that complemented that Wildcat formation very well. And the Chargers, quite frankly, have had no answer, and it's kept their offense for the Chargers off the field so LaDainian Tomlinson couldn't get on.
All right, let's take a look at the first half stats.
You see there, look at the rushing yards. That's the difference there. 85 yards, and the passing yards 135. I mean, the time of possession is a huge difference. The Dolphins have got everything going on, and I'll tell you the thing that gets lost in all of that, Gus, is the fact that the Dolphin defense has really been a difference-making defense.
Chargers send it away. This is Bess from the 10-yard line, and he is wrapped up quickly.
Gus, the Dolphins were trying to come up with a way to get Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown on the field at the same time. After they lost in Arizona, Tony Sperano brought David Lee, the quarterback's coach, up to him on the airplane home and said, listen, I want to try this Wildcat thing. I want it on my desk Monday morning, and lo and behold, it worked. And I'll tell you, it was funny, Chad Pennington we spoke to on Friday, Chad Pennington said it didn't look that good in practice. But man, when they rolled it out against New England, they made it work.
First down and 10 of the 24. Ted Ginn Jr. with the reception, and he is dropped Cromartie with the tackle, a gain of 3. But what makes it interesting is that David Lee, the quarterback's coach, came from the University of Arkansas, where he was with Darren McFadden, the prolific running back, who ended up being drafted by the Oakland Raiders, and they ran that system in Arkansas.
When you've got that kind of athlete and you want to maximize them and you want to give them the ball more and you want to make them more dangerous and more unpredictable to a defense, that package is one way to do it.
Second down at 7 at the 27. Ricky Williams in the backfield now. Here's Ricky. And Williams tackled high and low. Cooper on the bottom. A loss of 1.
You can see there the Chargers know they did not look good defensively in that first half. They're a group that was in the AFC Championship game just a year ago, and they went in at halftime and probably got an earful from Ted Cottrell.
So the Dolphins are faced with 3rd and 8 at the 26. Miami has not converted a third down over 6 yards this season. They're 0 for 15.
Let's go, Carl. Right now, baby.
Pennington 0 for 16.
That was one of the keys, Guess. When we started this game, we said that the Dolphins had to be productive on 1st and 2nd down so that they did not get into 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 10. On that play, 2 straight a quick pass play and a run play did not get any yards, and they couldn't pick up the 3rd and 8, and here they go punting in the first series of the second half.
So Fields punts it from his own 12-yard line, and he really drives this football. Sproles back deep to the 15. And Sproles down the sideline. And he is still running. Sproles finally knocked out at the 35, a 59-yard punt and a 20-yard return. Looks like Ted Cottrell's defense starting to step up. Let's see if the offense can help him out. Welcome back. San Diego with their best starting field position of the day at their own 36. Rivers hit as he throws. Incomplete. Phillip Rivers going down. Crowder in the backfield along with Ferguson.
Yeah, you'll watch as Rivers steps up. You see there in front of you, Roth gets in there as well, hits his arm. Roth has been a real force in the first half, and obviously here on the first play of the second half, he is coming on, working against the fullback, Tolbert, and gets in and hits Rivers' arm as he throws it. Roth is one of those guys, Gus, his throttle is only one thing, wide open.
2nd and 10 at the 36. Tomlinson, nowhere to go. Roth again. A lot of pushing and shoving going on now. This Miami defense is pumped up.
Yeah, they are really pumped up, and San Diego right now doesn't know what to do, and Miami's going to run in some fresh bodies on 3rd and 10 to get a pass rush, and that's a huge advantage. If you're deep in your defensive line, you run fresh bodies in there and haven't played, and you got an offensive line that's been playing hard for a couple of plays. The advantages of the defense.
3rd down and 10 at the 36. Tomlinson, 7 carries, only 15 yards. Rivers underneath, incomplete. Buster Davis, the intended receiver, and the Chargers will punt it again.
The Dolphins doubled both outside receivers, sent 5-6 guys on the outside, and Rivers, looking around, couldn't figure out why somebody wasn't single covered. Finally comes down and finds it was his 3rd read. Great defensive call by the Dolphins. Made Rivers go all the way through his progression to find the single coverage.
Cyphers, he's been excellent. Punts from the 21. He gets another beautiful one off. Bess backpedaling, starting from the 5. And Bess out of bounds. That's a 59-yard punt for Cyphers. Special teams tackle by Seiler. 17-3, Miami. Back after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by State Farm, proud sponsor of the NFL and the best day of the week.
Welcome back. We want to thank the MetLife Blimp for providing aerial coverage of All the drama below. Look for the MetLife blimps. Snoopy 1, 2, 3 when they pass through a town near you. First 5 possessions for the Dolphins.
There you see it. That's great efficiency. You're not going to score every time you get the football against a talented group like San Diego, but you get a couple of TDs. When I'll tell you, Gus, that doesn't do it justice. They were getting better as the first half wore on.
First down and 10 at the 7-yard line. Kramer and Brown in the offset eye. Camarillo in motion. And this will be offside. Free play for the Dolphins. As Brown breaks it outside, crosses the 15, and this one will stand. He gets out of bounds at the 20. Weddle pushes him out of bounds, but Stephen Cooper jumped offside, and that's a 13-yard gain.
Well, Ronnie Brown did the right thing.
Defense, penalties decline. It results in a first down.
And the defense knew they were offsides, knew it was a free play, knew it was not going to be called, and Ronnie Brown just said, I'm going to take it and see if I can get a little extra, and he did. He got a 12-yard gain instead of a 5-yard gain, still first down, and that's what happens when you're playing with a lot of confidence, with a lot of energy, Gus. You keep running through plays like that. When you're not feeling good, you let up like the Chargers did, and it cost you.
11 carries, 77 yards for Ronnie Brown. Camarillo, the motion man. First down. Brown again. And Brown hit hard as he goes through the hole by Clinton Hart, the safety. 3-yard gain.
And this Miami team is really starting to feel good now. I mean, they've played an incredibly good first half. They actually started playing a little better offensively later in the first half. And that guy right there can't get on the field to help.
Tomlinson, 7 carries, 15 yards. Different story for Ronnie Brown. 12 carries, 80 yards. That was the matchup that we highlighted at the beginning of the day. 2nd and 7. Now Brown lines up in the slot. He's in motion. Empty backfield. Pennington over the middle. Camarillo. First down, Miami. Camarillo gets to the 36, picks up 13. Chad Pennington, masterful under center today.
Look at the presence he has in the pocket. He stands tall. He knows he can't move around too much. The pressure's going to come in sooner or later. Look how close it is to being a sack. That's Harris comes in and just gets past him. Ronnie Brown pushes him past Pennington, and it's the big play.
Camarillo, 4 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. First down at the 36. High snap handle. Pennington. Underneath, caught by his tight end, Fasano. 11-yard gain. Chad Pennington, the most accurate passer in NFL history, and you see why.
Well, he's making it look easy now. He's getting some time offensively. If he's not under pressure from the Charger defense, he's going to pick him apart because he goes to the right guy all the time. That is his strength. He's been criticized for his arm strength, but the thing that he does do is make the right choices.
They're going no huddle now. First down and 10. Quick strike again. Camarillo holds on in heavy traffic, and he picks up 9 in front of Kaysen.
Well, this is Camarillo right here. He's going to come right on the inside of Kaysen, and Kaysen, that ball comes so quickly. Kaysen's right there. It just happens too fast. Pennington makes the decision fast, delivers the ball fast, and Camarillo is ready and open fast.
And this time it's the handoff. Ricky Williams gains 1 yard on the play as Bingham comes up and makes the stop.
Sean Phillips went way across the formation to get there in a hurry. Nobody blocked him, and I'll tell you, if he does that too much, they're going to take advantage of that because he had no chance of keeping contained on the near side. And there's Ted Cottrell. You can tell this is not a day he is having a good day on. He is not happy with the way his defense has played so far.
2nd down and 9 at the 42. Now Ronnie Brown in at quarterback again, the Wildcat formation. They hand it off to Ricky Williams. Williams with the block. Then Williams lowers his head and gets to the 30. Dobbins with the stop, but it's a gain of 13.
He's going to get a nice block as Vernon Carey rides out That offensive line is doing a great job out in front of him. Fasano, also Martin is out in front of him. I mean, they've got some guys out there now. This offensive line is really feeling it, and so are the tight ends. He's getting great blocking from that front five.
They're doing it again. Wildcat offense, first down. Ronnie Brown. They hand it off to Ricky. He wants to throw it. And he pulls it down. I tell you what, they look like a Sandlot team.
Oh, yeah.
You go here, and I'll go there, and you throw it to me.
Well, we're watching them huddle up, Gus. They're not drawing in the dirt. I know that. But it certainly looks like they are. And I'll tell you, Ricky Williams is pretty smart. Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams have yet to make a mistake with the ball in their hands. And anytime you give running backs or guys who aren't quarterbacks choices when they have the ball, whether to throw it, whether to run, whether to hand it off, or whether to keep it, you just wait for the mistake to happen. It has not happened for Miami.
Second down and 10. Pennington back in at quarterback. Fasano in motion. Screen pass, nothing doing. Cromartie ate that play up. Weddle there to clean it up, and it's a loss of 2.
That is just a great athletic play by Cromartie. He was all over this on the outside. Watch Pennington throw it out as fast as he can. Cromartie was all over it.
Cromartie went to Florida State. His mentor is Deion Sanders, the greatest defensive back of all time. And he talks to this young man, not necessarily about football, but about being responsible and being a professional.
Yeah, they talk twice a week, and you're right. It has a lot to do with about life and how you lead and what your mind is, not really X's and O's about football.
Third down and 12 to the 33. Quick strike, Ginn Jr. gets up the field and out of bounds, chased by Weddle. And that is not enough for the first down, only a 9-yard gain. But Tony Sperano says we're still doing a good job. Let's bring on the field goal unit and kick it.
Yeah, it's going to be and turn into a 42-yard field goal rather than a 51-yard field goal. Nice play on third and long. Get it to a guy. Chad Pennington saw Ginn uncovered, got it to him as quickly as possible, got what he could out of it, and they're going to get points out of it, or at least an attempt at it.
Carpenter good from 47 today. This one from 42 yards away, and he hooked it. No good. So the Dolphins come up empty. 6:05 to play, third quarter. .605 to go, third quarter. Miami with the 17-3 lead. LaDainian Tomlinson trying to get on track. First down and 10 at the 32. Here's Tomlinson straight ahead, finding some running room, and he's close to the 40-yard line. That is a 7-yard gain. This week, Dave's all new with Bill Murray, Deborah Messing, Dennis Quaid. Plus, tomorrow, don't miss Russell Crowe, only on CBS. Norv Turner watching his team manage to come back last week against the Raiders, scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. Second and 3 from the 39. Tomlinson. And LaDainian close to the first down.
You see here, this is San Diego. 2 consecutive plays. Just hand it to LaDainian Tomlinson right up the middle. And now he's coming off the field limping. That's, you talk about things not going right for San Diego. They couldn't go much more wrong than that if he comes off the field. And you wonder if it's the toe or the thigh or something else. He's been nursing it and has not been 100% all season.
Chargers with only 5 first downs. First down at the 43. Rivers. Underneath, incomplete. Throws the intended receiver. A lot of hard hitting going on. Jeremiah Bell there. Ravens and the Titans facing each other today. Here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus and Steve, take a look here how Tennessee surrendered its first third quarter points of the season. LaRon McClain, 1-yard bull run there, capping an 11-play, 71-yard drive. Flacco to Demetrius Williams, a 22-yarder, was a key play. Baltimore up 10-3 on Tennessee. Gus and Steve.
James Brown, master of the sesquipedalian. Second down and 10 at the 43. Here's Rivers. Over the middle, incomplete. Batted down, Jeremiah Bell again. Intended for Antonio Gates. Rivers 2 for his last 10, 13 yards.
I'll tell you what, Gus, a lot of people say that the secondary for Miami is their Achilles heel. Not today. We have seen a couple of batted down balls, and the pressure up front has really helped them, make no mistake. But the secondary with Bell and the rest have really played well in the secondary. Gates with 1 catch for 12 yards. That is not enough in the San Diego offense.
3rd down and 10 at the 43. Rivers. He goes for it all. Rivers! And it's caught! Vincent Jackson going up high. Makes the catch in front of Andre Goodman. That's a gain of 42.
Well, I just said Miami secondary is playing well. Goodman on that one did not play this well. You'll see Jackson go up. Goodman's got his eye on it. You got to have ball skills. The ball came to outside. He didn't adjust to it at all. Jackson did and came down with it. Goodman had position and couldn't make the play.
Jackson's first catch of the day. 1st down and 10 now. San Diego at the Miami 15. Tomlinson back in the game. It's strung out. And once again, Roth. Matt Roth is playing like a man on fire today. A loss of 1.
You're not kidding. His motor has been turned on high. You see there standing right in front of him. He takes the block on, then skips to the outside, keeps his hands on him. What a great play by an outside linebacker. That's what you have to be able to do in that spot. You have to be big enough to accept a block and fast enough to slide out and still make the play.
2nd down and 12 at the 17. Rivers going into the end zone. Touchdown! Chambers, 17 yards against his former team. His 5th touchdown of the season.
And Chris Chambers absolutely turns the defensive back completely around. You see there, Will Allen, watch Chambers, goes in, looks, bang, gone. That play is wide open. Chambers, great job. Gets his right foot down, drags his left foot inbounds. Absolutely, no question. Touchdown, and Chris Chambers spun Will Allen around.
So Chambers came into this game with 8 catches and 4 touchdowns. Picks up his 5th. And we have a 7-point game. 3:13 to go, 3rd quarter.
How big does that missed field goal look now, Gus?
Pretty big. A lot of time left. Back after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Prestone. Your inner car guy knows only Prestone is Prestone. And by Sprint. Get NFL Mobile Live only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
And welcome back. Dolphins and the Chargers 17-10. Chargers send it away. Bess starts from the 6. Oh, he lost it! Picked up by San Diego, right out of the air. Jacob Hester. Looks like he has it. But could he hold on? Yes! And the Chargers with the first turnover by Miami today. Rookie Hester from LSU.
You'll watch as Best comes out. He holds the ball just as he tries to sidestep one. Great job by Hester.
Wow.
He knocked it away and caught it right away and came out of the pile with it. Watch as he comes in. Best is going to try and sideswipe and gets by him, and bang, right there. The heads-up play, gets it, pulls it in. And I'll tell you, Gus, offensive guys who play special teams are better at that than defenders are. And Hester is a good running back at LSU, made that play.
First down at the 25. Play fake. Rivers setting up. Rivers sack. Joey Porter on top. Vonnie Holliday on the bottom. First sack of the day for the Dolphins.
You know what? He's going to come right off the end. Clary's going to come out. He kind of hesitates, then swims right underneath, and Rivers just hangs on to it too long. Vonnie Holiday slicing up through the middle, and Porter finishes off the sack, and that is a big, big stop on first down after the turnover.
A loss of 8, 2nd and 18 at the 33. Tomlinson, no, Sproles, and Sproles, head of steam. Sproles still running, and he gets down to the 10. Picks up the first down. Crocker with the tackle. A gain of 23 yards.
Well, that's something that the Chargers could not do last year with Michael Turner in the backfield. Sproles makes this possible. Watch right here. He's just going to head out to the right of the, and it's just an extended handoff. That's as if Rivers just handed it to him, but Sproles gets out there so fast, he even has time to wait on McNeil to get out in front of him.
First down and goal at the 10. And the Chargers begin in opponent's territory. They've scored touchdowns on 6 of 8 drives. Sproles looking, and he runs right into the middle. Aiken Adele there. A 4-yard gain.
And that's a big gain, because when they're down inside, they're down at the 10-yard line, you got to be able to run the football down here, and a 4-yard gain on first down is enormous. And Sproles probably, and we haven't heard any word yet, but taken a lot of reps in this drive. We saw LaDainian Tomlinson go out limping earlier, then came on and tried to take a snap or two. We haven't seen him since, not after the turnover, and Sproles going the distance on this drive.
2nd and goal at the 7. Tolbert and Sproles in the offset eye. Jackson in motion. Sproles. This time he's chopped down. Jason Ferguson. 1-yard gain, number 95.
I'll tell you, guys, it's unfortunate if you're the Miami defense, as well as they have played in this game, to have to come out and overcome a turnover in the special teams game, to come down in terrible field position, to give up points here really is an injustice to how well they've played. But right now, San Diego's knocking on the door.
And there's LT on the sideline. 3rd down, goal at the 6. Rivers in the gun. Sproles standing next to him. Here's the snap. Rivers looking over the middle. Caught. And he won't get in. Loose ball. Is it live? No, it isn't. A 5-yard gain. Chambers just couldn't push forward.
On this catch, you watch as Chambers catches this on the goal line. If he catches this in his body, he's coiled enough maybe to get in. But as it was, Hill came in and wouldn't let him buckle down and push. They kept him extended on the catch and wouldn't let him buckle down and push into the end zone. Great stop.
Brings up 4th down and 1, and we're at the end of the 3rd quarter. 17-10 Miami. And welcome back. We'd like to thank the MetLife Blimp, celebrating 140 years of MetLife Blimp. Snoopy 1, Snoopy 2, and Snoopy 3 roaming the skies here in Miami. Chris Chambers being carted off the field.
He got his leg rolled on at the end of that play.
But the Chargers, as you take a look at the end of that play, have elected to go for it on 4th down and goal at the 1-yard line. Tomlinson in the game. Here's LT. No, he won't get in. He will not get in. Johnny Crowder. Joey Porter.
Jason Ferguson, the whole crew, Gus. What a great goal line stand at a time when the Dolphins needed it most. Watch the big defensive lineman inside free up and make garbage so Channing Crowder can come in and make the play on LaDainian Tomlinson. What penetration by Ferguson. Crowder gets there, stops it, catches him, and gets help from the rest of the defensive line.
So now Miami takes over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Here's Ronnie Brown straight ahead. Tries to give him a little bit of room. Now, what makes that stop for Miami so good? San Diego this season in goal-to-goal situations this year, 7 possessions. Of those 7 possessions, 6 touchdowns, 1 field goal, and they just got stopped on the 1-yard line.
And Jason Ferguson there, he's the one talking with his hands right here. This guy, he is an awful happy guy right now. He knows how big that was. To put the Chargers back on their heels in that situation and give your offense a chance to get them back, that is a huge play in the game.
Second down and 9. Pennington slips. He's got to get rid of it. And does. Wow. Looks like he may have tripped. Usually you see that situation when he trips over his own center.
Right down here. Watch, he gets stepped on right by the right guard. And that is just about a catastrophe for the Dolphins. Pennington, being the veteran, does the smart thing. Just get out of it. I'll tell you, Gus, it's not the worst thing in the world for the Dolphins to come in here, go 3 and out, and get a nice punt out of this end.
They need some room, though.
But I'll tell you what, that takes a cool customer to have that happen to him and not go into the fetal position and just hope you don't get hurt. Pennington gets up and makes the play.
3rd down and 9 at the 2. Here's Pennington again. The pass going up top. Incomplete, and a flag! A flag! Martin, the tight end, the intended receiver, Clinton Hart, grabbed him. That should be pass interference.
Maybe, unless the ball was completely... It may have been a ball that was completely out of bounds and uncatchable.
And that's what Norm Turner is saying.
Yeah, that ball was out of bounds, but I'll tell you, Gus, and I always thought this is a receiver, if it's pass interference, you don't know if that guy could have made a play on it because he didn't get a chance to even jump for it. And I always thought it was a bad idea to have the officials judge whether a guy was athlete enough to make a play on a bad ball.
Very important call right here.
It is a very important call because it'll be a 1st down if the penalty stands up. You see now, all the officials have to get it straight. All of them are watching something different that has a bearing on whether the call will stand. You watch here, Martin's going to try, and can he go up and try this? And Hart gets him, and you see there, he's holding him down, and Martin can't jump for it, but the ball comes in late. You don't know. It's hard.
Just don't know.
I don't know.
Interference, 22. Defense, automatic 1st down.
They're saying that was a catchable ball. I don't know if that was the case.
And it's very interesting because when we talked to Chad Pennington, we asked him to go through his receivers and give us an idea of what they could do. One more look at it. And he told us that David Martin has the abilities to win battles against nickels and even corners at times.
No question. And Clinton Hart misplayed that. He wasn't looking for the ball at all. He had the right arm of Martin and held it down and went up for it and wasn't even looking for the ball when he went up. That's why the flags came in.
That's a 28-yard penalty. 1st and 10 at the 30. Now it's Ronnie Brown. Brown spinning forward. Harris makes the stop. And it's a 2-yard pickup.
And that's just the kind of play that can jumpstart an offense, and it makes everybody, not only on the offense out there in the huddle, breathe a sigh of relief because you're out from the shadow of your goalpost, but also Tony Sperano and all the defenders on the Dolphins side can say, woof, now we've changed field position. Even if we go 3 and out here, they're going to be back in their own end. And they really averted and made the most of a 4th down stand at the goal line.
Pennington out of the pocket across the middle. Fasano found a soft spot. Hart makes the tackle, but Chad Pennington continues to make plays, and that's a gain of 20.
Chad Pennington is going to move out, going to drop back and move out to his right as the pocket starts to collapse around him. And then he sees Fasano turn inside, and the defenders were looking outside, and he lays it out for him. Fasano takes his shot, but Clinton Hart got the worst of it. It took him a moment to get up, but Fasano made the play.
1st down at the 47. Ronnie Brown. And Ronnie Brown gets to the 42. 5-yard gain. Phillips.
You know, Gus, I mentioned Dan Henning, the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, and this is his type of offense. When you get into the fourth quarter and you've got a lead, he wants a running back who can get 4 yards, whether the defense knows he's getting the ball or not. And Ronnie Brown is the kind of guy that can do it, and so is Ricky Williams. And you know here, 1 wide receiver, a fullback, and 2 tight ends, you're going to get a fist in the mouth from the Dolphin offense right here.
15 carries, 89 yards for Brown, and a touchdown. 2nd and 5. Brown again, hopping. He gets to the 39 this time, picks up 3.
And this is it. This is classic NFL football in the fourth quarter. The team with the lead and the ball is going to pound it and grind the clock out, and they're going to make you stop them physically.
And this is Bill Parcells, Tony Sperano football. They like big, tough, strong football players. There's a big tuna. 3rd down and 2 at the 39, and here comes the Wildcat. Brown in at QB. They're 3 of 8 on conversions. Ricky Williams, motion. Brown straight ahead, tipped up in the backfield. I don't know. Clinton Hart shot a gap. The safety, a 1-yard pickup on 3rd down and 2. So now that makes it 4th and 1, and the Dolphins are going to punt.
Yeah. With the lead in the fourth quarter, Gus, you got to punt it. And I'll tell you what, Fields has got to put this inside the 10 and give them the long field. This is a huge special teams play for the Dolphins, but they did what they needed to do. They got out of the shadow of their end zone, ground out the clock, and flipped the field.
Now Fields, end over end, Aussie kick. It should bounce back in. No, it bounces out. Usually with that rotation, it'll bounce back into the field of play. 38-yard punt, 18-yard net, 10-point game. Back to Miami right after this. 7-point game, excuse me. Tuesday on CBS, how do you choose between honor and friendship? Don't miss a new episode of NCIS, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. First down, Rivers. Throwing on first down over the middle, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. Nice grab by Vincent Jackson, and he's stopped by Andre Goodman, a 14-yard gain, and he loses his shoe.
Yeah, you can see there now as you look at
Paul Pasqualoni, defensive coordinator for Miami, 14 years as the head coach at Syracuse University, coached linebackers and tight ends in Dallas. This is a good man, perfect guy to be your D coordinator if you're Tony Sperano.
He's an easy guy to rally around, Gus.
First down at 10 at the 34, and I'm sure he's rallying now because this kid is playing some ball. Raw. An undersized D lineman. They moved to the 3-4. They made him a linebacker, and he's showing some star potential.
Yeah, he runs right by LaDainian Tomlinson, and that's why he's such a guy. He's a little undersized for a defensive lineman, but as a linebacker, he's a biggie. And LaDainian Tomlinson had a hard time stepping in front of him, and Roth, with the motor like he's got, threw Phillip Rivers for a 9-yard loss.
2nd and 19 at the 25. Tomlinson in the backfield. They look for the screen. Rivers, nothing doing. That one read immediately. Great job by Randy Starks. Looked like he stepped in the passing lane and prevented Rivers from delivering the football. Watch 94 just get to the sideline.
By the time Rivers is ready to throw this football, nobody's chasing him. A screen pass like this was, a fake to one side, a fake to the other. You expect a big-time pass rush. The Dolphins read it so well, almost nobody was chasing him. Everybody was waiting on him to throw it to the guy so they could tackle it. Paul Pasqualoni's got his guys thinking on the field and playing really well.
3rd and 19 to the 25. They need to go to the 44 for a first down. Rivers in the shotgun. Here come the Dolphins. Rivers firing. He's got Jackson. Oh, he overthrew him. He had him. Jackson with at least a 2-step advantage.
The safeties froze their feet Goodman is going to stop and then try and catch up along with Crocker coming out, and they don't have a chance. If Rivers can put that on, you see there, everybody knows that Davis knew it was there. So did Jackson. They just couldn't connect.
Now Best back deep. He fumbled on his last return. Wobbly kick toward the far side. And it takes a bounce and goes out of bounds at the 16. A 59-yard punt. 9:07 to play in the fourth. Dolphins holding on to a 7-point lead.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Choice Hotels. With over 5,600 locations, there's bound to be one near you. Book now at choicesportstravel.com. Progressive Insurance. And by Ford. Drive one.
And welcome back, 17-10. Miami with the lead as the Dolphins offense break to the line of scrimmage. First down at their own 16, holding on to that 7-point advantage. Kramer, Williams in the backfield. Ernest Wilford in motion. They hand it off, Ricky Williams. And he breaks a tackle and gets to the 20. That's a 4-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Marcus Harris. The offensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins is Dan Henning. Veteran coach. He's been a head coach 3 times in this league with the Atlanta Falcons, the San Diego Chargers, and he's actually a head coach with the Boston College Eagles too in college. But he's been with Bill Parcells a number of times during his career. Yeah, he is another one of those Bill Parcells guys.
The guy's an encyclopedia of football knowledge and offense in the NFL.
Here's a draw play. Ricky Williams gets to the 23. Houston playing well against Indianapolis. Here's James Brown in New York.
Gus, indeed they are, and a lot in large measure to the rookie running back, Steve Slayton, the indefatigable one who has his second 1-yard touchdown run. That came on 1st and goal, 7 plays, 80 yards, 27-10. Houston, as a matter of fact, the tireless Gus Johnson.
Thank you, JB.
I sense a feud.
Not a feud, he's a big brother. How about that? 3rd down and 4 at the 22. Here's Pennington over the middle. Ooh. Incomplete. Rare drop. Fasano sure-handed. And now some added intrigue. 7:45 to play. Miami with the chance for first down right there. And now they have to punt it away and give this Charger team another crack at it.
Yeah, Fasano is going to lay awake at night. And remember that catch. He had it. He had 3 guys around him, and he started to look around at who was standing next to him, and he dropped the ball.
High snap, handle. Fields delivers end over end. Sproles from the 28. And Sproles is tackled at the 40. Jones with the stop on special teams, a 50-yard punt, a 13-yard return. Chargers with the football. Good field position. Welcome back. First down and 10, San Diego. With the ball at the 40, down by 7. Here's the handoff with Danian Tomlinson, spins! And Tomlinson tripped up from behind inside Miami territory. Aiken Adele with the saving tackle. Now Wednesday on CBS, TV's #1 suspense thriller takes you inside a dangerous cult. Luke Perry guest stars in a new Criminal Minds. Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on CBS. Longest run of the day for LaDainian Tomlinson as he picked up 11 yards. First down and 10. Play fake. Rivers with time. Steps up. Incomplete. Antonio Gates, the intended receiver. And look at Roth out there in the flats covering Antonio Gates.
He is all over the football field. Gates trying to get open, has only caught 1 ball today for 12 yards. Roth has been in the quarterback's face. He's been in the running back's face. Now he's out in the receivers and tight ends' face. That guy has been everywhere. And you talk about a guy, Gus, who finally seems to have found his niche, who's an undersized defensive lineman like we said. Now he's at outside man. As he found a place where he can thrive.
2nd and 10 at the 49. Sproles in the game. They give it to him. And not a lot of room over that left side. Jeremiah Bell. 2-yard pickup. He says, not in my house.
Well, now those are 2 big stops for the Dolphins. Now it brings up 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7.5 as Sproles can't break loose of the tackle. That's exactly what the Dolphin defense needed to do. They don't want to get into those 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1. 3rd and 7 and 8 means they're playing really good defense, and the pressure is all on the Charger offense.
3rd down 8 at the 47 and 3 of 11 on third down conversion. Phillip Rivers in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Rivers scrambling, looking, throws it up. Got it down! Jeremiah.
Rivers moved out to his right, looking, and everybody was covered. He tried to get the ball up over Jeremiah Bell and into the hands of Mani Maliuna, and he just couldn't make the play. Bell tips it into the bench area of the Dolphins. That's a huge series. Another huge series for the Dolphins defense.
6th punt of the game for Cyphers. And this time he delivers the end-over-end kick, which is fielded inside the 15. A 31-yard punt. 17-10. Miami. 5:55 to play in the 4th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot, the official home improvement sponsor of the NFL. And by FedEx, your ultimate NFL air and ground player.
1st down and 10 at the 15-yard line. 17-10 Miami. Dolphins with the ball. Here's the handoff. Ronnie Brown looking for room, and Brown gets to the 19. Stephen Cooper with the tackle. 4-yard gain. Indy and Houston still battling. Here's James Brown.
Hey, Gus, Peyton Manning and company trying to come back here, capping an 11-play, 81-yard drive. Manning out of the shotgun, drills a bullet to Tom Santee at 7 yards, 27-17, 3:54 left in regulation. Back to Gus and Steve.
Houston's home opener at Reliant Stadium. Trying to hold on. 2nd down and 6 now for this Miami team. Coming off their bye week after that shocking win at New England 2 weeks ago. Pennington over the middle. Camarillo with the reception, but he's driven backwards to the 20-yard line. Weddle wraps him up, and that's a 4-yard gain.
Still, though, Gus, nice little pass, short pass, brings up a 3rd and 2. The Dolphins have got to start converting these, stay on the football field. The more they can do it, the more this game gets out of reach of the Chargers. Even though there's over 4 minutes left and they only lead by a touchdown, the Dolphins can start driving the nail in Rivers and Gates and Tomlinson's coffin if they can just keep making 1st downs.
3rd down 2 at the 23. Kramer, Brown in the I formation. Brown goes outside. Oh, power football. Ronnie Brown. 1st down as he runs over Cromartie. And let's watch and listen. Ronnie Brown said, I want you, Cromartie. You've been knocking our guys down today. I'm going to knock you down. As he goes over the 100-yard mark. 19 carries, $108. 12th career 100-yard game for Ronnie Brown. But more importantly, the Dolphins have another 1st down. Brown. And he gets to the 35. Loose ball. But they will call him down.
This is exactly the type of offense Tony Sperano and that coaching staff of the Dolphins want to run. They want the lead. They want a big physical running attack, and they want to be able to milk the clock when they need to. And I'll tell you, Gus, one thing that they haven't needed today, Chad Pennington and that Wildcat formation. They used it a lot in the first half, but when the game is on the line, all they need Chad Pennington to do is complete a lot of passes for short gains. And here comes that Wildcat again, Gus.
Ricky Williams, the receiver at the bottom. He goes in motion, the snap. They give it to him. Williams. And he's dragged down at the 40. That's a 3-yard pickup. Good looking tackle by Luis Castillo. So that brings up 3rd down. And about 4 from the 40-yard line.
And this is it, Gus. This is the kind of play that this is going to give the Chargers a chance to win the game or take that opportunity away. This 3rd and 4 and plays like that. They did not stop the Dolphins on the last 3rd and 2, and Ted Cottrell calling the defense to try and get the football back to that great San Diego offense.
3rd down 4. Pennington under center. Ronnie Brown in the backfield. Camarillo in motion. Here's Pennington looking up top. Caught on the sideline. A 13-yard gain. And that's Ted Ginn Jr. Chad Pennington told us he's been doing a much better job running his routes. He ran a great one right here.
You see the switch, our man-to-man coverage. Cromartie working along with Kaysen, and the receivers cross over, get the defenders mixed up, and they can't get close enough coverage after the crossover to get back in position. Ginn comes down with the football. Pennington reads it and delivers the ball perfectly.
1st down and 10 at the 46. Ginn, 6 catches, 49 yards. This time they give it to Ricky Williams. And Williams lowering the boom. That's a 4-yard gain. Cooper. Dobbins with the tackle.
There's a lot of John. This is the time of year, time of the game, Gus. And they start yapping. The fangs come out.
And San Diego calls a timeout. Thursday on CBS. The wait is over. Brace yourself for the unforgettable season premiere you won't want to miss. CSI returns Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
And there you have it, Tony Sperano talking to his offense, and the Charger offense right there. Gates and Tomlinson sitting there watching like they've done a lot. You talk about the key plays, a couple of them. This one, the missed field goal by the Dolphins really was probably as bad a play as they had all day, but this is one of the best plays they had all day. The 4th and goal stop. Joey Porter and the defense stopping LaDainian Tomlinson short of the touchdown, and Tomlinson has been in that pose all too often today, and Joey Porter, you know, that guy, I don't think Joey Porter sits down when he gets up in the morning on game day.
Probably until Tuesday.
Yeah, he sits down Tuesday and takes a rest.
2nd down, 7 at the 43. Ted Ginn Jr. And he gets out of bounds. Close to that 1st down marker. Indy, Houston. James Brown in New York.
Gus and Steve, Houston up by 10, but look at what happens. Sage Rosenfels on a keeper. Sage, slide, buddy, slide. No! Oh, the ball is loose. Picked up by Gary Brackett, 68 yards to pay dirt. 2 touchdowns in 28 seconds for the Colts. It's now 27-24, 3:05 left in regulation. 27-24, Houston back to Gus and Steve.
Wow, what a play, what a game.
Goodness gracious.
3rd down 1. And the Dolphins pick up the 1st down. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go.
Well, that's going to take, if the Chargers have anything to say about it, and they don't, the Chargers are going to take a timeout. The Dolphins would love to let the clock run.
They're going to measure it.
And the Chargers can't afford to. And there's no question in my mind, they've got the 1st down. One way or another, the Chargers are either going to have to take a timeout to stop the clock before the 2-minute warning, or it'll be the 2-minute warning here, Gus. The Dolphins won't run a play. And this is really impressive here late in the game, Gus, as the Dolphins have just pounded the football.
First down, Miami. Phillip Rivers struggling today. 13 of 28, 159 yards, 1 touchdown. Chargers call a timeout, 1 left. And we will take a look back. Last week, San Diego trailed Oakland 3 entering the 4th quarter, but stormed back. Phillip Rivers hit Antonio Gates. Marcus Harris forces Jamarcus Russell fumble on the next possession, which set up a LaDainian Tomlinson go-ahead touchdown. Tomlinson put the game away with his 2nd touchdown of the 4th quarter as the Chargers came back to win it 28-18. Different story this week, though.
Now that's what they're going to think about doing when they get the football back, if they're able to. North Turner can't do anything about the score until his team has the football, and Miami pounding it away on the ground, getting first down after first down, and really, Gus, converting on 3rd downs has been the big key here. You just can't get the football away from the Dolphins.
Antonio Gates, ineffective today. I mean, you just haven't called his name often. Gates with only 1 catch.
And they're just not 100%, Gus. LaDainian Tomlinson isn't quite healthy, although he's getting better and has played very well today. Just hasn't been as productive. At least he's moving well. Gates, you get the feeling he doesn't feel like himself yet either.
First down and 10 at the 36. Ronnie Brown. And Ronnie Brown has been feeling like himself as he picks up 5 yards on the play. Brown now 21 carries, 112 yards. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning with the score. The Dolphins 17, the Chargers 10. And welcome back. 2nd down and 5 at the 31. Miami 161 yards rushing today as you take a look at the big tuna and Mr. Huizenga. 2nd down and 5 at the 31. Kramer, Brown in the backfield. Here's Ronnie Brown. And Brown crosses the 30, picks up 3 yards.
San Diego taking an immediate timeout, which leaves them with none left.
The big story today offensively for this Dolphins team, the Wildcat formation.
And they, once again, Gus, you talk about how strange it is and how different it is. You don't see other teams doing it, but I'll tell you, when you run it without mistakes like the Dolphins have managed to do, they haven't had any ball handling mistakes, no clock mistakes, and Ronnie Brown has made every decision just right, and it's turned into good things once again this week for the Dolphins. And the coaching staff, you see there, they had 6 plays in New England. Now they had 11 plays of it for 49 yards with 1 TD. That's plenty productive enough. And I'll tell you, guys, you get 2 benefits out of it. Not only is it productive on game day, but you're forcing teams like the Chargers and their other opponents to spend a lot of time addressing how they're going to defend it. And when they have to do that, you forget about Chad Pennington and the rest of the Dolphin offense, and you're not quite as prepared for them.
3rd down and 2, the 28. Kramer, Brown. Second man through, Brown. Looking, Ronnie Brown cuts it up and picks up the first down. Tim Dobbins with the tackle, 5-yard gain. And that offensive line has been excellent today. Long, Smiley, Satella, Ndukwe, Carey, 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick, and Tony Sperano slapping hands. How big of a win is this? They beat both teams that were in the AFC Championship game 1 year ago.
And I'll tell you what, Gus, both those wins, or neither one of those wins, was a fluke. The Dolphins played better than the Chargers did today, and they played better than the Patriots 2 weeks ago.
Tony Sperano told us that after their loss to Arizona, he had a Wednesday practice in which He beat his guys up. He challenged them. He sent a message saying it's not going to be like it was last year, this year. Fish are no longer food. They responded. And now the Dolphins are close to back-to-back wins. 38 seconds to go.
This will be the final snap they have to take. The clock will run out, and you can feel the change in the wind in Miami.
How about that? Back-to-back wins. Miami defeats San Diego 17-10. Looks like the Dolphins are back. For Steve Tasker and our entire crew, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from South Florida.
All right, here in New York for the NFL today, Burger King update. So Miami comes away victorious over San Diego. We take it now to Houston, where the Indianapolis Colts have scored 3 touchdowns and